In the Garage Series, May the 2nd, 2016. After insulating the fuel line and putting in a heat shield underneath the carburetor on top of the manifold, I figured that I would have my boilover issues resolved. I thought I would have it resolved, but that hasn't happened. I'm still experiencing stalling from fuel percolation issues. Put the regulator back close to the carburetor and the gauge up and everything. Ran the line down behind the alternator. I took bought some insulation, go around the fuel line. Figured that these were the two hottest areas down there underneath the AC box. I don't know, man. It's just a bit more it's in. I'm gonna redo the fuel line again. I'm gonna run it on the outside of the frame up through this way, away from that header heat. Try to keep as much heat away from the header, the fuel line as possible. I think that when I had the engine in the T-top car, it had a cowl induction, so that would allow the heat to leave out the hood of the car. I think the heat is building up over the top of the carburetor. I think the drop base air cleaner as well is somewhat of a culprit as well. It's like heat shield under there. It's holding heat underneath there over the top of the carburetor. I don't know. I got a lot of things to try. The fans, unlike these dual electrics, unlike the mechanical that I had in here, push the heat back towards the engine and into the back of the engine compartment. So what I'm gonna do is probably take them out and use them with my 5.3 project, and put the mechanical fan back in here, because what that did was allow the heat to leave the engine compartment down underneath the radiator. The electric fans are not doing that. Finally started working on my 5.3 project. This morning I cut out the old Buick mounts and mocked up the new Chevy mounts for the frame, and I cleaned the frame off a little bit. I gotta do some more cleaning and painting. But I finally began on this, and I'm tired of bumping my head on the red car. It's really getting on my nerves, so I had to, do some other stuff, clear my head. Came here and worked on the cutlass a little bit more. I found out that the Edelbrock carburetor is in fact a 600 CFM unit, 1400 part number. I decided to give Fred back his 3-core 39 fin count or tube count radiator, because that might just work for his big block. I didn't have something that strong when I first did mine, so maybe it'll work for him. So I decided to put the aluminum one back in here, and I changed the shroud. I gave Fred the Oldsmobile shroud because it's perfect for a big block, and I'm gonna let Mike get this one. I'm having some issues finding a proper fuel line for the standard pump, and may decide to improvise a little bit. Who knows? Also couldn't figure out what kind of bracket to use on this Edelbrock carburetor, so I used my CSR joint, and it's really close to the throttle, but the throttle moves full throttle, so and it's not actually rubbing, so it's working out pretty good so far. Um, that's it. Kind of get in here as much as I can and finish it up. Main focus is going to be on whether or not I need to put a new exhaust system in the car or not. The I was thinking about um, having somebody weld the existing pipes to the header collectors once I put them in, but that could cost me as much as a brand new exhaust system. So why do that? You know, exhaust system is under here. It's really cheesy. I I took my Cal induction Regal hood to Eagle Auto Body. It's gonna cost me $600, but they're gonna blend the scoop in. They're gonna cut the holes for the vent and prime it up and seal it, make it real nice. And I wanted to try it before actually having that done, but I just had to wait and see now. So it's gonna be a while. But I think that opening, the Cal induction and those vents are allowing much more heat to escape the engine compartment and held back any issues of percolation that I'm having now. I don't know. I'll get back to it. More thoughts on it later.